Hello everyone! Welcome back to the JAMcast, episode 7. I haven't introduced you yet, shut up.
Oh.
Episode 7, I'm joined by Juno and Mac.
Hey.
Hello, all of Arkry's fans.
I'm Juno.
Especially the
That's Mac.
interactive one.
Oh,
Hello.
Yes, that works. Yes, hello, welcome, episode 7. We're gonna talk about, like, the gaming news and the showcases and stuff, because yesterday, as of recording this, the Nintendo Direct happened.
Oh!
I love the Direct.
The Direct. We're gonna talk about that and the other showcases, because there were other ones too. But first, Juno, I'm gonna ask you your favorite question. What have you been doing? What are you up to?
I've been watching The Boys, on Amazon Prime. That's what I've been doing.
The woke show.
No! Man, everyone's like, oh, this shit's woke. Frenchie's gay. This show sucks now. It's like, bro, this shit's, I don't know, man. This shit's been woke since the beginning. It's kind of been about...
part of the point of it.
Yeah, it's kind of been about, like it's been about superheroes and politics since the beginning. That's, like, the whole premise, you know? Now everyone's like, woke, for some fucking reason. I don't know why. Maybe I missed something, but I watched the first 3 episodes when they came out, and they were great. They're really good. I like this season so far. I like the beginning of this season so far than I did the beginning of season 3. Season 3 started off really slow, in my opinion.
Well,
but the season's been great.
What happened with The Boys is it became so popular that the crowd started watching it that thinks every show that isn't, straight white men and blonde, boobalicious women is woke otherwise. If it doesn't have, just those two. But you can have one black character if he's a joke character and he gets killed off early. But other than that, nothing else. So when they make a character gay, it's like
a Twitter thing. I feel like it's very much just like people on Twitter being annoyed. I don't know if like the general consensus agrees with this.
It's gotta be. It's gotta be like a loud minority that's complaining about it. Like surely.
Yeah.
I don't know. Something about the anti-woke crowd recently has gotten so annoying.
Just with everything,
now The Boy. Yeah, they think everything is woke and out to get them. It's so fucking annoying.
Imagine just enjoying your media in peace without starting a culture war.
Enjoying media, I could never.
I only watch it to complain on Twitter afterwards.
Sure. That's sad.
True.
Some people are actually like that. I feel like
that is strange to think about, isn't it?
Some people are just like, I'm gonna watch this so I can say that I watched it to other people and talk about it.
Talk shit about it.
Yeah, that's wild.
Okay, but The Boys,
I know there's
is good.
The Boys is pretty good so far. It's not woke. It's not woke.
Anything else you've been up to, or have you just been watching?
I've been up to fuck all. I mean, I've been playing Dead by Daylight for some reason. Let's not even talk about that. Don't even put it on the screen. It's not worth the time.
I'll think
actually
about
censor Dead by Daylight. Just put like
I've been on
you said a slur or something. Just censor that.
I've been on like a filler. I've been on a filler arc recently in terms of my gaming career. Yeah, I've been chilling. But yeah, so The Boys. That's what I've been up to, really.
Nice. I mean, we have.
Oh, I think there was a pretty peak DLC.
I don't even know what you're referring to.
What?
Dude, Resident Evil. What do you mean, bro? How am I the one that remembers this? How am I the one that remembers this?
I guess.
I was gonna say that we have been playing some Resident Evil together.
Yeah.
Because I've been playing through the franchise for a few years now, but I just like to take really big breaks in between them. And last year, me and Juno played Resident Evil 5.
Yeah.
And then I took a break and I played Revelations 1 alone. And now we're back. We played the DLC of 5 because apparently it had like story importance and it was pretty cool. I enjoyed one of the 2 DLCs. The
Jill and Chris DLC was fun, but the Jill and I don't even remember the other fucking guy's name.
I also don't know. It's just a random
That
side
guy.
character from 5.
Yeah. That
The
DLC
guy.
was pretty ass.
The DLC kind of like really shows that Resident Evil doesn't know what it wants to be in 5 though. Like one of them is classic puzzles in like a single location, and the other one is just like there are 100 zombies coming at you, shoot them with rocket launchers.
Yeah, and there's a guy and a warlord looking dude with a minigun. He's a zombie, I guess.
And he takes like 1,000,000 bullets, and you have 5 minutes to survive before the helicopter arrives.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we did that. DLC of 5, that was fun. We started Revelations 2, which was really annoying to set up. Because apparently it's only local co-op for some reason, even though I don't think the game is that old, but we figured
It's
it
not.
out. Through
No,
Parsec.
it's the fucking raid mode or whatever the fuck it's called that's multiplayer, and then the campaign is local co-op. So we had to figure out how to play together. So we ended up downloading Parsec to co-op together, and it's pretty ass, but I mean, hey, we're finally playing together.
Works.
And it's and it's not that bad either. We're both Ethernet users, so it's pretty smooth connection.
Exactly. We just need to continue it because we've played like an hour
We played
or two of it. But it's
we
pretty
played like
fun.
2 seconds of the actual game because it took us forever to set it up.
It was pretty good though. I enjoyed the first Revelation, so I feel like the second one will also be good.
I never played the first one, so I don't know.
First one was decent. It's kind of like the same way that the Resident Evil 5 DLC had like one action focused and one classic Resident Evil focused part. Revelations 1 is like chapter based, and one chapter was with Chris that you're just like out in the mountains shooting zombies and being epic in explosions, and the other part you're like with Jill stuck on a boat that's like disconnected from the rest of the world.
This one doesn't come with like episodic DLC like the second one does it?
Revelations 1 though, that's like one game. It's chapter based, as in like every chapter you switch between the characters, but it's a single game. It's not DLC episodes.
Because I have Revelations 1, so maybe I should play it sometime.
You should play it. It's pretty fun. I liked it. There are some really dumb story stuff, and like there are some kind of weird sections, but it's pretty good. It's one of the good Resident Evil games, I think.
I have every mainline Resident Evil. I just don't have like most of the spin-offs because I don't really think they're on Steam.
It's better than 0, and you played 0, or at least part of 0, so...
That goddamn DLC, not DLC, that game. I didn't like it. I feel like some people might like it, but I did not like it.
I liked
guys,
some things of it, but in general it wasn't very good.
Gotta hop on Resident Evil Gaiden on the Game Boy Color. Change your life.
Oh my goodness, and then we'll play... What is it? Resident Evil Umbrella Chronicles or something.
Oh yeah.
And we'll play Operation Raccoon City.
Exactly.
On the PS3.
That's a lot of slop in a short period of time. I mean peak. Yeah, sorry.
Peak fiction.
Operation Raccoon City's 4 players, so we'll get Mac and Sammy on it.
Oh my goodness. It can be a special jam.
Yeah, no, good luck. You're gonna have to fucking hypnotize me to do that. And, I don't know.
Damn.
We'll find a fourth. We'll find a fourth. Sammy will join. He'll suffer with us.
Maybe we'll get Milky Wee on the line.
Sammy will join any game, dude.
Yeah, because he's awesome like that.
You'd invite him
Unlike
to like
you.
IRL Squid Game and he'd join and out of FOMO.
I would join Squid Game real life.
Hey, Arkry.
Yes, I've been doing something else true. Besides 4, Resident Evil, I've been playing Ace Attorney again, which we'll probably talk about more later as well, because they announced more Ace Attorney. But I played the original trilogy years ago, like 2020, 2021 or something, and now I'm finally playing the sequel games with Apollo Justice, and they're pretty good. I really like the 4th game. The Ace Attorney 4 is probably my favorite one of the series. And I'm like halfway through 5, and 5 is pretty good. But it kind of feels like they don't know where to go with the trilogy, and it feels very disjointed. Because 4 is like a new beginning, and we're introducing Apollo, and Phoenix is there, but he's more of a side character. And I think maybe at the time people didn't like that Phoenix wasn't the main character, because 5 is called Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney again. Phoenix is a main character again. Apollo is kinda to the side now, even though he was a main character, but he's still a main character, and they also introduce another main character with Athena. And it's good. I like the game, but it feels kind of messy, like it doesn't know what it wants to focus on.
Right, these are the Attorney Avengers.
Exactly. There are like 3 of them now, and all the side characters are just like there for 5 seconds and then they're gone again because they don't have time for them. But maybe, I don't know. It's not like I'm disliking the game, I'm really enjoying it. And I'm also still only halfway through the 5th game, so maybe I'm just not far enough to see the vision. But it's good, I just don't know what they're doing with it yet.
I only played the first Ace Attorney.
Oh, did you like it?
I loved it. And then I played the second one. And my emulator save got deleted somehow. I never touched Gears again.
How far did you get into it? Not far, I guess. If you're like right at the end.
Pretty far.
Oh, okay.
I was at least 2 or 3 cases in.
Oh, damn. Okay, that's pretty far.
I was cooking a bit.
You should pick up the trilogy.
I was like, yeah.
I have the first trilogy on Steam.
I don't know, maybe.
Because the trilogy, they go for pretty cheap now, and you can play any chapter. Like, you don't have to start at chapter 1. So if you're like, oh, I remember enough of this game to just like hop in again where I left off, then you can actually do that.
Pretty hype. I might play those one day, but I don't know. I have so many other games.
Not high on the list, yeah.
Adding those onto the list is like, yeah, they're not that high on the priority list.
Fair enough, fair enough. The last thing that I've been playing, that you've also been playing back, SMT.
Oh.
Because that just came out.
Vengeance.
It's going to be interesting to talk about, because I never played it. I mean, we talked about it on
I was about to say, you're having a
episodes,
different experience than me, because I couldn't be bothered to play the original route again. I'm just starting right with Vengeance.
Yeah.
And you're playing the original route. That was, it got a lot of complaints about it having a crash story. So I'm interested to see what you think.
Canon of Creation Road. Like, I had the game on Switch for a while because I picked it up for cheap, but I was always like I had it and I kind of wanted to play it, but I was also like, oh, I feel like they're going to do a re-release of it, or at least a port. And they finally did, so I never played it.
Oh.
And now I'm not going to play like the Vengeance route and then later go back to do the worst version of it. Like, that would just be weird. So I'm starting off with the base game story, and then I'll move on to Vengeance whenever I'm done with that.
That's gonna be a hell of a playthrough. It's like you're sitting yourself in the SMT electric chair for over 100 hours.
True.
It's gonna be fun.
I mean, the second playthrough, I'm assuming, should go a bit faster, because I heard that you can change routes in New Game Plus. So I'm just gonna do a New Game Plus run for the Vengeance playthrough.
I don't know if I recommend that, because there's a lot of new bosses Vengeance route, and I feel like if you do that, you're just gonna fuck them all up really quick.
Yeah, true.
I guess part of the game.
I'll see. It's gonna take me a while to finish the base route anyway, so maybe by then online there's like a consensus of people saying that New Game Plus is either trash or maybe it like scales up. So I'll see what people are saying about that.
The cool thing about SMT games is you can do a New Game Plus, but you can still start your New Game Plus at level 1. You're not overpowered.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh, then what carries
it
over?
Actually lets you choose.
Just a compendium, or?
It lets you choose what you want to carry over. Whatever you want to carry over. You carry over money,
that's cool.
compendium, whatever you feel like. So I just recommend don't start it at like level 80, because there's a lot of unique gameplay features, like guest party members, bosses that isn't in the base game, that be kind of lame.
Yeah, like
mess with them.
The gameplay is a big part of the SMT experience, so I'm not just gonna start at a level 80. But that's cool. I'll probably look up like what the best settings are for New Game Plus then when I get to it. But it's good though. I'm really enjoying it so far. Like, I'm early in the story, so I don't really know why people dislike it yet. But it's pretty good. I like it. The game looks really pretty now. It runs very smooth. Combat is fun.
Even on Switch, I call SMT 5 the Pokemon Boogeyman, because for a game of that quality to release on Switch, and it's also a creature collecting turn-based RPG, like Pokemon is so cooked, dude. It's not like Atlas has more money than them or something. It's just they don't put any care into their.
Yeah, it's just, oh, it's Pokemon,
Yeah,
so it'll sell.
Because even on the Switch, SMT 5 still looks pretty good. Like, it's a solid-looking Switch game.
Yeah, no, it does. And I've heard Vengeance runs smoother. Like, the original had some frame rate issues, but Vengeance is like has quicker loading times and.
Oh, that's nice. I guess they optimized it more then. I'm enjoying my time with it so far. I just found out that it's a fucking sequel to Nocturne somehow, which I had no idea about.
Yup.
That's not a spoiler though, because it happens like hinted at early on, revealed early on, so.
Yeah, and the nice thing about you playing Vengeance, you get all the DLC that was in the original. And
That's why I get to fight.
one of those DLCs is the Nocturne DLC.
Ooh, Demi-Fiend is somewhere in the world.
Yeah, you get a lot of context for kind of how it connects to Nocturne.
Yeah, that's good.
I don't know if I could recommend doing the Demi-Fiend fight. I think that fight alone would add like 10 hours to your playthrough for how much preparation you have.
God, okay.
It is. I'm confident when I say this. It is maybe the hardest turn-based battle in any game ever. It's they clearly put that fight in the game just to fuck people up.
But if
Like, I don't know.
if you can beat him, he joins you, isn't it? Or like you can use him.
Yes, he does. Strongest character.
Yeah, because that I've just seen
But,
like a screenshot of someone having him in the party, and I was like, oh my god, that's so raw. I want that. I want Demi-Fiend in my party, but
Maybe they made it a little bit easier in Vengeance, so it's actually feasible. I hope so, because
I don't
that
know if
fight
I'm gonna
in
go for
original
it,
SMT5 would bust your balls. Is that all your thoughts on Vengeance?
No. The only thing I do like that's difficult again. Like after playing Persona 3, we talked about this in VC as well. But coming out of Persona 3 Reload and then playing SMT5 is like, oh my god, I actually have to think.
Yeah.
I need to think about my fusions. I need to think about my demon setups.
You're not even playing on hard, bro.
Yeah, but still.
Oh, I just exposed you. You're gonna get a bunch of
Normal
angry
is good
SMT
enough.
fans in the comments. What do you mean you're playing on normal? What the fuck?
You're not getting
You
the
didn't play
true experience unless you're playing out.
No,
ultra
normal is
difficulty.
hard enough. As someone who's playing it on hard, hard is very hard. You
I
gotta
was
exploit all the
thinking
game's
about
mechanics.
starting it on hard, but then I was like, it's an SMT game. This is probably gonna be hard enough on normal. So
I died in the tutorial battle, so that tells you how good hard is.
god, okay, yeah. The only thing that
Dude, one of the first
one
of the first battles I ran into after the tutorial too was slimes, and fucking 6 slimes appeared in the first battle and immediately swamped me in my level 1 pixie. I couldn't even stand
bro
a
got
chance.
bodied by a slime.
Yeah, no, there was no chance.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. I loved it so much though. Classic SMT.
Yeah, that's the only thing that I do kind of miss from Nocturne. It's like that you can just save everywhere now. Like it's nice, and I do like that I can save everywhere, but at the same time I remember in Nocturne that I was constantly like, oh my fucking god, where's the next save point? I need the next save point. While here it's like, I'm just saving every 2 seconds. Like every time I get a good item or I do something, I'm like, well, time to save. And I know that.
I don't really agree with that because
SMT5 didn't have that, wasn't it?
I'll let you go.
Base SMT5
No,
didn't
base
have
SMT5
it,
didn't have that. No,
I mean, I don't know. I'm kind of
I like
double
the
up.
change because the SMT5 is a lot more focused on the exploration aspect than Nocturne was. Nocturne was focused on like the dungeon crawling.
Yeah, it was a lot more linear.
You know, going from area to area, it was linear. Well, SMT5 is kind of like open area. That's what I call it. Where you have these big open areas with tons of items in it, tons of quests, tons of little things you can discover. And I think being able to save anywhere just works better with that kind of game design because
Yeah.
You don't want to be like exploring, gathering items, and then some demon ambushes kills you. I guess you got to redo all that exploration.
Yeah, true.
That's not fun.
Yeah.
Redoing part of a dungeon again, that's whatever. You just can blast through it. Redoing optional exploration,
That makes sense, man.
that's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah, true.
So,
I could see that. Like that's why I'm like a bit double on it. Because I do like that I can save everywhere for the exploration as well, like you were saying. But it is kind of like that feeling of Nocturne that I'm kind of missing. But I guess it's like worthy trade-off.
Dusk, when are you gonna start Vengeance?
Honestly, probably tonight. You guys talking about it makes me want to play it, so I think I'm gonna
hell
start
yeah.
it tonight.
Yo.
I've had it
And
installed because I'm
you're doing
library
the original
sharing.
route too? Or...
I'm gonna do original, and then I'm gonna do Vengeance.
Yeah.
Just because I bought the original game on the Switch, so I never beat it. So I want to experience that, you know.
Yeah, JAMcast announcement. I married Dusk's mother, and she made me library share with him.
What? No.
He has
Mac
yeah,
and
that's
I are
exactly what
mutually
happened.
library sharing on Steam, and I am playing Vengeance through that. I don't know what he's playing. He's probably gonna play fucking, I don't know, Hentai Pussy 2.
Yeah, what am I gonna play,
think I
huh?
have that somewhere.
Hentai Pussy 2 is an underrated classic. You don't get it.
No.
Anyways, can I talk about
You
games?
can't beat Hentai Pussy
Yes.
3. Yeah, go ahead.
You can yap. What have you been doing?
Honestly, most of the game shit I want to talk about is like the announcement. But basically, SMT V Vengeance. That's my main school. I was playing Aiden. I shit you not, I am like a few hours away from being Aiden, like 5 hours away from beating it, and I stopped playing it completely to play Vengeance, like an 80-hour ass game, because I was just so hyped for this. Like all the trailers look so good, and then I finally got to play it, and it was very similar to the original game at first. I was a little bit scared, but slowly it starts introducing the new stuff, and then where it really hits a peak is in between the first area and the second area. There's a scene where you kind of, I don't want to say too much. You do some stuff with the characters in between those, and they completely changed how that segment of the story goes. In the original, I thought it was really cringe and ham-fisted the way they did it. But with the new way they tell this arc, it is so much better. You could tell that they had the Atlas team like in the whipping room, like being like, that story better be fucking good or else I'm taking, 500 yen off your pay or whatever.
You're not fucking this up again.
And yeah, you're not gonna fuck this up again, buddy. They lit a fire under their ass to write a good story this time, and they really did it. That part of the story legitimately blew away a little bit. There's like a cutscene towards the end of that arc where I think my jaw dropped like 3 times. Like it was just like crazy twist, crazy twist, crazy twist in the plot of like five
and
minutes.
It's all completely
like 5
different
minutes.
from how it was originally.
It's not completely different. Like it's actually, at first you think it's gonna resolve similarly, and I was like I said, I was like, damn, I thought this would be a lot more different, and then the change finally happens, and it is ridiculous. It is insane.
Okay.
They went completely unhinged with the way they changed that part of the story. I was just like, I was shook. I was just staring at the screen like, what is going on?
I'm probably coming close up to that point then. Like, of course, the original version of it.
For
But
the original version of
yeah,
it.
because I
You'll
just
see what I mean when
last
I thought
night I
it
did
was
the
cringe.
Tokyo Tower boss, and I'm just like exploring that area before moving on. So
You remember that new Silent Hill game? Yeah, it's kind of like that.
oh god, don't remind me.
Yeah, so they did change it, and now I'm super excited to see all the new shit in Vengeance, like what other changes they made to the story.
That's interesting.
It's like it's been really good so far. I can't wait to get back to it.
Nice. I guess
It's been a while since I felt like that about a game where it's like, oh, I need to be playing this. Like every time I'm doing something else, like I was doing dishes earlier, and I was like, fuck, I don't need to do dishes. I can play more SMT.
Yeah. Like
but
I could be playing SMT right now.
Didn't you have that like a
it's one of those
dragon in
games
the
where-
beginning of the year?
Yeah, I'm saying it's been a while. That was 4 months
I
ago.
guess, yeah. It's been a few months, yeah. True.
And Rebirth. I had that with Rebirth too, so I guess it hasn't been that long actually, but it's still a nice feeling when you get that enraptured and
Yeah.
like fully immersed.
Mm.
And I was talking about this with another friend of ours, Sammy. Persona and SMT are both extremely immersive games, but in like completely different aspects. Because Persona gets immersive because of, like the life sim elements, and then going into like the dungeon after, they mix together really well. But then SMT like fully immerses you in the atmosphere of the world, imagery, the demons, the gameplay. Like,
Yeah, true.
Atlas just does such a good job of immersing.
Something I'm really excited about in Metaphor as well. Because like SMT
Oh,
SMT
you
and
know, Metaphor
Persona
is
are
gonna
like
be
really
a
different, but
masterpiece.
they're also very similar in a lot of ways. So
Mm.
Yeah, no, I'm super hyped for Metaphor. Oh, this is gonna be such a great year. We're getting into that later on in the podcast, how good of a year it's gonna be, but
Yeah.
it feels like the
Yeah.
Mac year. This is a lot of good games.
This
yeah.
year is gonna be nuts.
So many people calling it a filler year, but
I mean,
there's a lot of really good
yeah,
stuff.
yeah. Let's get into how nuts this year's
Let's
gonna be.
get
with,
into our
the
nuts.
State of Slop.
First showcase, the state of play.
Yeah, I missed it.
I don't
Fortunately,
know,
Yeah,
guys.
yippee.
the
I
summer.
don't know if
Oh
you guys
no,
have
actually,
any highlights
state
from
of
that
play.
show.
You said.
Yeah,
I don't think I was there for that, was I? I can't
I
remember.
don't
Might not have
think
been.
so. We opened with Concord, which is
No,
Slop live service.
I wasn't there.
dude, I saw Concord on Twitter, and I thought it was like a mobile service, like it was a cell phone
What
data
the
provider or
fuck?
something. That's what it looked like to me.
Like the logo, or what
It's
do you
something about the
mean?
logo
Oh,
and
okay.
shit. It Concord does not look like a video game, and then it actually was. I was like, oh, okay, it's another hero
Yeah.
shooter. It's like Overwatch.
Like, I don't care about this type of game, but it doesn't bother me that much. It's more the way that they showcased it. Because they started it with like a 5-minute cinematic story cut, like, trailer, and then they let the developers talk about it, and then there was like a 5-minute gameplay demo. And it's like, sure, show the gameplay and let the developers talk, but why are we getting a cinematic trailer reveal for a hero shooter 5v5? Like, that's really random.
Yeah, exactly. Like
Because
It doesn't
everyone's doing it
showcase the game
nowadays.
at all.
PlayStation.
Marvel's doing it. Marvel, they have their own hero shooter. Did you see that?
Oh, true. That also showed up at the State of Play, I
Apparently,
think.
Marvel
Yeah, so
Rivals is pretty
PlayStation's like,
good. I've heard some good
PlayStation's
things
like,
about
let's
it.
get it. Yeah,
Yeah.
Marvel Rivals looks interesting, but it doesn't have like any of the fucking characters I care about, so I haven't really been paying attention to it.
It's
Maybe
got
in
Doctor
like
Strange.
after a few
Doctor
updates,
Strange, more like Doctor fucking Weird. Like what is like some of these characters that they decided for the
Bro.
final cast? I don't even know.
Isn't it
them.
just like
'Cause I'm
the...
not a comic book guy. That's why. But
Are they comic book characters?
Yeah.
some of them
Marvel
are. Yeah.
Rivals. I thought they just took like the generic ones, or like
No,
the
I mean
most popular
they
ones.
have the
I assumed.
popular ones, but then they also have characters that like no one's heard of because everyone. When you mention Marvel now, the only people that talk about it are the ones that have like only watched the movies.
So let's see. You have Star-Lord, Loki, Groot, Rocket Raccoon. Yeah. Oh, then you also have like Luna Snow.
Yeah.
Who's
Like, who
Luna
the fuck is
Snow?
that? I
Luna
don't know.
Snow.
I don't know. who
Luna
That
that
sounds like a
Snow.
DeviantArt OC. What the fuck do you mean Luna Snow?
Luna Snow can use her ice abilities to freeze enemies and skating agility to evade tricky
There's another one, I
situations.
think. There's another character. I think there's two.
The other ones are pretty basic, like Iron Man, Hulk, Spider-Man, Doctor Strange, Magneto, Mantis. I don't know. Most
There's
of
another
them
one.
look
Keep looking
pretty-
through them.
Namor.
You don't have to- You don't have to read them out loud, but
I don't know. I know most of these characters from the movies, but I don't know.
In
Maybe
the
it's
Marvel
mid.
Rivals cast.
maybe it's just one then. I don't know. Maybe it's just one character.
I don't know.
I don't know, but yeah, they gotta add like Venom or Doctor Doom. Then I'll check out the game.
I
They probably will at some point.
legitimately am blanking on this state of play because it was so mid.
Yeah, I have it open right now. The only game that I have something to say about is Astrobot, because Astrobot looks cool. The rest is like Until Dawn, the
Oh,
remake,
Astrobot
and God of War
looked
Ragnarok
kind of
is coming
nutty.
to
Yeah.
PC. Astrobot looks cool. I really like that they're making the silly, funny, goofy games again.
Mm-hmm.
Which
Yeah.
they're actually like
I'm not
kind
gonna
of
play it, I don't
pushing
think,
again.
but
I'm definitely
seeing like a
playing it.
classic
It's cool.
3D platformer is pretty cool. Like I feel
Yeah.
like that's a genre that doesn't get that many games outside of like fucking Mario.
Yeah, it looks really cool. It
So,
looks unique. The like free PS5 game is a lot of fun, and this is just that but bigger and better. So this will probably be fun.
the main game that got me hyped during this Monster Hunter Wilds. I'm a big
True,
Monster
that
Hunter
was
fan.
there.
I probably spent more time in Monster Hunter than any other game series ever. I used throughout all of high school. I racked up over 1,000 hours in like all those games. You know, the new one looks good. It's like open world now. Uh,
How does that even work?
yeah, I'm curious.
Do
I
you?
mean, I'm guessing how it'll work is you still have a hub. You accept like quests from the hub, and then you just go out into the find the monster.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll let you accept like multiple quests now.
Uh.
Do multiple quests out there in the open world. That'd be cool. It would also make grinding quick. That'd be nice.
True.
Uh,
I don't know a lot about Monster
yeah,
Hunter,
I'm
but-
excited for Wilds, but didn't show that much about it. One thing I'm a little worried about is it looked like they're making another cinematic Monster Hunter, and one of my biggest problems with Worlds is that it's not very multiplayer friendly because of how cinematic it tries to be. So
Okay.
I'm hoping at least we can like skip the cutscenes or something, you know. I don't know.
I mean, I don't
Because it's
think.
pretty annoying how it works in World.
I feel like the game being cinematic doesn't necessarily make it multiplayer unfriendly or something. So they probably saw
Well,
the feedback
okay,
from Worlds and then.
Yeah, actually, I should word that differently. I'm fine with it having cutscenes and shit, but I hope like we can join a quest and all watch the cutscene together because how it worked in Worlds is you have to watch the cutscene on your own, then other players can join your quest.
That's so weird.
And it's just like it's so weird. They should do it like Team Ninja does it.
Yeah,
like,
that's what I was
go
thinking
through
as
the
well.
story.
That's like one of the things that Team Ninja probably does the best, the way that they implement their co-op, because you can just play the story like you would do it in single player, but with two friends. It's like
Yeah,
pretty
exactly.
seamless experience.
Masterful storytelling of team, equally experienced by every member of the party.
Exactly. Is that it
There's
for Monster
There's a
Hunter?
game you guys should talk about. Silent Hill 2 remake. You
Yep.
guys are hyped, right?
We can talk about Silent Hill.
I didn't
we've
wait.
talked
They had
about it.
another thing for it at the State of Play.
Yeah, they had it at the State of Play. They did
Yeah.
like a very short trailer, and then the trailer ended with like, tune in for the Silent Hill broadcast in an hour or something. And then at that showcase, they had a 15-minute gameplay demo for Silent Hill. And we've talked about it before on the podcast, but
Yeah.
since then, I've actually played Silent Hill 2, because I was watching that gameplay. I still haven't rewatched it after playing the game, but I was watching the Silent Hill gameplay, and I thought that it looked pretty good, honestly. I was like, oh, the combat still looks a bit weird, but like the city parts and like the atmosphere looks pretty solid. It looks pretty spooky. So I was like opening Twitter thinking that people would be happy. But people weren't happy.
People were the opposite of happy.
Exactly.
Uh,
So I
With
thought
good
I'll
reason.
play the game. Yep, I agree. So that pushed me to
think
play
it's
the
funny that-
original. But
I think it's funny that you're not even following it anymore. You're just like, oh, what? There's another trailer. Ugh.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm not gonna bother. I'm done looking at trailers for games because they just fucking ruin the experience. You know what I mean?
you're still gonna play it.
Oh, okay.
Of course I'm gonna play it.
I don't know. Maybe
I'm gonna
you're
play it
like-
to see how it is. I'm gonna play it unbiased and see if it is
Yeah.
genuinely good or not. And when it's done, I'll make my decision. If it sucks, then I will shit on it. If it doesn't suck, I will give it credit.
Yeah, that's the best
No?
way to do it. No,
Yeah.
I thought that because you were like, oh, what, there was another trailer, like, I thought you, like, gave up on the game in the way that's like, oh, this is not gonna touch the original, so I'm not even gonna bother. But,
No, I mean, the game's coming out soon, isn't it?
October? September?
October.
Yeah.
Yes, October
Might as
8th.
So bad.
No point in looking at more trailers. Might as well just wait. Yeah, October 8th. Might as well just wait for the game to come out. You know?
True. And
I didn't know
don't
you became
know if I'm gonna
anti-trailer.
I don't know. I've just, after Kingdom Hearts, I bring it up all the time. After Kingdom Hearts 3, that was the
Yeah.
that was the first
That was
strike,
a
and then
traumatizing experience.
when Persona 3 Reload was coming out, I didn't watch any of the trailers for that, and it was awesome just experiencing everything for the first time, like without ever seeing it before, so everything was just wowing me, so that's just I just kind of like that, so I think I'm going to just start doing that for games that I'm anticipating.
Yeah, that's good.
Fair enough.
Like, it's cool to play a game and see everything for the first time.
That's fun.
do
I
like
was
watching
thinking about that
trailers,
with
but
Vengeance.
it's closer to release that I always like tag out, and I'm just like, oh, I'll see it when I play it.
Mm-hmm.
So, damn it, can we talk about Oh, you've already seen it. There's a new form for the main character in SMT 5, and that was in the trailers. And I'm just thinking about what if I saw that without the trailers? Like I was just playing the game, then all of a sudden he changes into form. I would be blown away. I'd be like,
Yeah.
but now I already know
Yeah.
about it because of the trailer, and I see where you're coming from.
Okay.
Problem with that though is that. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you can say it. I was
I was just gonna say, problem with that though is that was like, they showed that off in the first trailer when they announced the game, right? So
yes,
it's kinda
I think
hard,
that
unless-
was like
That
a
was second
very-
trailer.
Oh,
Was
was
it
it
the
the
second
second
trailer?
trailer?
It was the second trailer. Yeah, because I remember
Okay.
Sammy was kind of shitting on the game. He was like, "Oh, I'm not gonna buy SMT 5 again. What the fuck?" And then the second trailer came out, and it showed off that for me. He was like, "Bro,
I think that's a thing that is more likely to happen with a re-release, because they need to show you like there is actual
like the
substantial
cool
new
flashy
content.
That-
bit. Yeah.
you're
Like having a
you're
whole
right. You're
second
right.
form is a really big selling point, because
Mm-hmm.
why else are you gonna get the game
I'm not
again?
saying they shouldn't have showed it off. I'm just saying I'm thinking about my reaction if I saw that. That would've been
Yeah.
crazy.
No, that would have been
But-
insane, but at the same time, there was no way you could have known, because
They do gotta show off.
trailer for the game.
Yeah.
Yeah. While talking about this, I've been watching the Silent Hill 2 gameplay. I don't know how to feel about this, man. I'm just looking.
Isn't it one of your like favorite games ever now?
Yeah,
It's
I fucking
like, 10
love
out of
Silent
10.
Hill 2.
It's good,
It's
man.
probably in my top 10. I think I put it, or like just not in my top 10. It's such a good game. It's insane how good that game is. Like everything about it is so good. And now I'm just looking at this remake footage, like, what are they doing? Why?
The fuck is the name of the studio? Like Bloober?
Bloober Team, I think.
It's
Bloober
the
Team.
fucking
Yes.
enemy from Mario. Why are they making games?
I have to
It's really
replay. Yeah, Bloober Team. I have to replay. Silent Hill 2, man.
I was when
Since
I
it's coming
finished
up.
Yeah.
when I finished Silent Hill 2, I remember telling you, Juno, that I was like, oh, I'm not gonna replay the game. Like, I just played the story, I'm not gonna replay it. But like, I'm thinking more about like, oh, I kind of want to replay it. I kind of want to get the other endings. I kind of miss
Yeah.
playing Silent Hill 2. It's really good.
It's just, yeah, you just miss it. You're just like, fuck. I'm looking at screenshots for the Silent Hill 2 remake. This game looks really fucking good, but it's just like, then there's a screenshot. Oh, wait, I'm gonna post this in the chat.
Yeah, I'll put them up on the screen as well. But
Where can I post this? I'll just post it in
Just
general.
put it somewhere.
This screenshot, I'm just like, dude, this looks like Resident Evil 2.
but like, okay, the thing with that screenshot,
They
I don't mind that screenshot. It's more because it's like really dark, and like that's the thing that I have with Silent Hill 2 is like the game is so fucking dark. You don't see anything. the atmosphere because of that is so good. I'm like watching gameplay of the remake of James standing in like a fully lit room. Like what?
Yeah.
Why is it so bright? Like it's so weird.
This screenshot reminds me of Silent Hill 3. Silent Hill 3 does a lot of shit like this. Where it'll be a dark
that one.
and dreary atmosphere, and then like there's just sunlight coming through the windows.
They're
like
actually
sunset. Like that. Silent Hill 3 does a lot.
It looks like they wanted a piece of the Resident Evil pie.
Yeah, that is what it
I know.
looks like.
It looks like he's in the police station.
And shit.
Look, there's a typewriter on that desk.
Next to the fucking safe
Holy
paper.
shit.
No.
They're actually like changing.
It looks
quite
like
a bit.
and there's a green herb on the desk too. It's like rotted.
Like I'm seeing the part of the like trailer gameplay footage is like where he first gets attacked. This is like completely different. He's not in the same location anymore. So they're actually like changing this a lot. I was expecting this to be not a 1-to-1 remake exactly, but I was expecting it to be very closely 1-to-1, just with like updated controls and fully remade like graphics and stuff. But they're actually like, location changes, story changes, I guess. It's gonna be interesting. I'm not gonna replay Silent Hill 2 right away. To go back to what we were saying earlier, I think I'm gonna wait for the remake, play the remake, and then after that, I might be like, I want to go back and play the original.
You guys can tell me how it is. I don't play Silent Hill.
You played the original. The remake's gonna come out.
Scary.
You'll play the remake, and then if it's bad, you'll just have to cleanse your palate with the original again.
Exactly.
Right? There you go. Gives you an excuse to play the original if the remake is bad.
I do kind of. Some shots don't look bad though. Like when he's in the hospital, it looks like really dark and dreary and like.
No, I mean the
looks
game looks
decent.
great. Don't get me wrong, the game looks beautiful, but
I mean graphically, yeah.
Yeah,
but
it's just about it has to get everything right. That's the problem.
It has to get the atmosphere right.
It has to get the atmosphere right.
Storytelling.
Yep. It has to get it. Like Silent Hill 2 is one of the games of all time, man. It has to get so much correct, or people will just shit all over it.
I really don't like that they gave James a dodge. He's like fucking dodging the enemies.
Yeah.
Why is he doing that? That's not supposed to be it. He's supposed to be this random guy that's like incapable of doing anything. He's like dodging enemies now. That's gonna be so interesting to play.
I'm excited.
Yeah. I'm not anymore, but I'll play it.
Hey man.
Especially, also, I never liked the short message, but now seeing how good Silent Hill used to be, I'm like sad with the short message as well. It's like, I see. I've always heard that the series goes downhill, but
like this
it used to come from here. But yeah, that is the Silent Hill talk, I guess.
This kind of scares me.
Well,
I'm glad you guys could talk about that.
He can get these stupid ass cosmetics in game.
Yeah, there are a lot of pre-order things. Also, the fucking 48-hour early access, that needs to stop.
Oh, we could talk about this. Yeah, fuck any game that does the early access shit. It's so annoying. They try and get you to pay extra so you can play the game.
This is like a fucking
little bit early.
What is this? Like an MMO, bro? Like, come on.
You're not playing it early. You're playing it on time because the game is finished and it's released. You're playing it on fucking time, and anyone who doesn't pay is just getting it late. Like, this shit should be illegal. I don't know. It's so scummy.
Yeah,
because
you're like paying
and I could
full
imagine
price
it
for a game and you're
getting
just
worse.
playing it late because you
Like,
didn't pay extra.
Imagine if this becomes a norm and then they start releasing games like a month early and you have to pay extra for the month early version. Or else you have to fucking wait. Imagine how shitty that would be. Like,
the new Life is Strange
fuck, man.
has that very badly as well.
Isn't it 2 weeks?
I don't know. I'm trying to look it up. I'm trying to see how much earlier you can play it. But with a game like Life is Strange, that's like fucking terrible because the game is all about the story and like people would preferably not get spoiled, but then it's like, oh, pay full price 70 and you get it 2 weeks later than the people who pay 120 or something. Like, that's so scummy. Especially because even if you do it, you're not getting anything substantial from it, because after those 2 weeks are over, you're like, well, I paid 120 for that, and now I'm getting the same as everyone else.
Exactly.
Terrible.
Yeah, let's kill them with rocks.
Gaming is so over.
You know what else was terrible? Summer Game Fest. Oh, it was so bad.
I missed that one too.
You did? I mean...
you didn't miss anything. You literally didn't miss anything. What did you like from Summer Games Fest?
I feel like it's fine if Chef Keighley doesn't have anything to show, and if he wants to focus on like smaller titles, but I don't think he needs to make it a 2-hour event then. Like, if he just said like, oh, we don't have a lot to show, we have some cool games, like Phantom Blade Zero, I think it's called, but we don't have that much, so it's a smaller showcase, like an hour, maybe an hour and 15 minutes, and that's it. But he's like, oh, a 2-hour show, the massive opener to Summer Games Fest, Summer of Gaming is here, big showcase, but then he has like nothing to show, or like no heavy hitters at least. So I feel like that's
Here's
the
my
biggest thing
problem
with that.
If you,
Bro, you just said,
want to show off smaller games, that's fine. But these weren't just showing off smaller games. They were such shit trailers. They were just cinematic trailer after cinematic trailer. They didn't show any gameplay for a lot of these games. And when you're trying to present a new game, you can't just show me fucking 3 minutes of a cinematic of some character doing some random shit. Like, I'm not here to watch your little mini student project film. I'm here for you to advertise me a game. And there's no fucking games being advertised. There's just like, hey, here's a concept of a game. Like, I don't care. I want to see the gameplay. If you don't have any gameplay ready, then just fucking wait to showcase your game.
Yeah.
Like,
especially that one
so
game.
Annoying.
This is like a really good example of that. There was a game in there. I have no idea what the name is, which is very showing. But it was a cinematic trailer, and then at the end, it said, play the demo now. But I'm not gonna play the demo, because the trailer is not, like, interesting. For all I know, that could be like a League of Legends clone. Or it could be like a first-person fucking dungeon crawler. Like, I don't know what that game is.
Play the demo now. So they have the gameplay, and then they don't want to show it. Like, what?
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
Because if they showed gameplay, and the gameplay looked cool, then I would probably remember the name of the game, and I might have tried out the demo, but now I'm just like, well, nope.
Yeah, I legitimately can't even think of a good game like that I was interested in. And I'm sure some of these games they showed are going to be good, but it like doesn't even matter because they presented them so poorly that I can't remember a single fucking one of them. So, who cares?
Yeah,
like,
there were some
I don't even know
good things. Like, they had...
I'd love for you to enlighten me. There's only one I can think.
The Blumhouse thing was cool. That they partnered with, like, Blumhouse, the, like, movie studio, I guess. They're doing a gaming division now, and they partnered with, like, 10 indie studios, and they did, like, a lightning round of showing gameplay, and they all had, like, really interesting horror ideas. Like, there's a new horror game coming out that has, like, the aesthetic of a PS2 game. There was like that, something similar with the Among Us devs are also doing something like, oh, Among Us made so much money, but we're just a small studio, so we're gonna help other small studios to grow.
Yeah, they did Outer Sloth.
Yeah, exactly. They highlighted stuff like that, and I think that that's really cool. Like, the show in general is pretty shit, but stuff like that still deserves to be, like, mentioned.
Yeah, exactly. Because it is, like, the future of gaming as well.
Show.
Like, we gotta support that shit, you know?
Yeah.
Especially, like, indie games, bro. I feel like indie games will carry.
They made us watch Inside Out. I love that. We're just watching.
I'm so glad I missed that. Oh, I was on my way home. I was like I was late because I was trying to get home, and I didn't get there on time, and I've never been happier that I was late. Because
my only highlight,
I joined at the butt end, and I saw some cool stuff. I saw Phantom Blade Zero, but everyone was like,
yeah, Phantom Blade Zero
everyone was
cool.
like fucking moaning and groaning by the end of the showcase.
Yeah,
It's
it's just because
hilarious.
we were there for 2 hours watching like nothing cinematic trailers. So
That is the one thing I really liked was Blade Zero. It looks like an incredible like action game,
Yeah, it
and it
looks
seems like
interesting.
it's trying to differentiate, trying to be a lot different than it feels like a
yeah,
lot of
because
action
it's not
games
a
these days
Souls
are just,
like they
like,
said. They like made a statement, be
Yeah,
like
no,
we're not
it's
just another Souls like, that they're like it's more of an action game.
I love the
they
crazy
mentioned it was
ass
like
animations that the main character does. Like,
yeah,
the shit is
and
total.
it's
Like they cranked it up
multiplayer
to
too.
11.
Crazy.
It's multiplayer, really? Holy shit!
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying
Was
to
it
find
what platforms is it gonna be on?
PC, PlayStation, and I think that's it.
Is it
PC.
crossplay?
I don't
Probably
know.
not.
So,
I don't
We gotta
Um,
play, dude.
I don't
We gotta
know, but now
play.
that I have a Steam Deck,
Yes.
I can buy it
I
on
can
PC.
play it on PC. My PC can probably run it.
Yes. When does it come out?
I'm trying
I
to
hope Steam Deck
see.
can run it. It does look kind of advanced, maybe not.
You could always, dude. You have a computer, man. You could always lower the graphics.
Oh, we don't know when it's coming out. We just know
Bro,
it's
my
this year
computer-
still, apparently.
Would not run that shit, even at the lowest settings. What are you on about?
No. I'm saying your Steam Deck is a fucking computer. You could always lower the graphics
Oh, I
on
can
the
just lower
Steam
the
Deck.
settings so it works.
Yes.
No, some games are just not compatible though.
Oh, true.
Oh,
Yeah.
true. That is a thing on the deck.
Yeah, you're right. I remember seeing
Yeah,
that.
I can't find if it has
But most games are.
crossplay or not, but it's apparently coming out this year.
Yeah, even pretty advanced games like fucking Ghost of Tsushima Deck compatible. It'll probably be fine.
Yeah, I feel like it'll be fine. I'm trying to find. I remember that I tweeted like these were my highlights of Summer Games Fest. I know there was like something else. There has to be. Oh, my highlight was that Alan Wake 2 is getting a physical release. So that's how you know the level of the Summer Games Fest.
That's sad.
I wonder
Alan
if
Wake
we
2
still
is
have
getting
that
a
one
DLC.
viewer
and
who
it's getting a...
really loved Alan Wake.
Maybe.
Name shall not be mentioned. Maybe.
Maybe they're
if you're
still
watching,
here.
hey, Alan Wake. Look forward to it.
You know who you are. I want to know if you're excited for the Alan Wake 2 DLC. Oh no, wait, not even excited because they shadow dropped the DLC, I think. Let us know if you enjoyed the Alan Wake 2 DLC. Oh, and they also showed Lego Horizons. Aloy is coming to Switch.
Dude, Aloy is gonna be on Switch.
That is like the weirdest
I saw such
fucking
a sad,
thing ever.
I saw a kind of sad, pathetic tweet from one of the developers of Horizon. Someone like jokingly said, "Oh, Aloy's on Switch. Does that mean she'll be in Smash?" And then one of the developers was like, "Oh yeah, she can join whenever she wants. All we need is, Nintendo to say so." And it's like Nintendo is never gonna say so. Like, good fucking luck. Nintendo ain't doing shit with you.
Maybe she'll get in as like a
there's so many-
trophy. Maybe she'll get in as like a trophy or something.
Maybe,
Or an assist.
yeah. Lego Alloy will be an assist trophy, specifically
Why
the
is,
Lego version.
so what is it? It's just a Lego version of like the game?
I don't know.
I don't understand.
I think from what I've seen is that it's just Lego Horizon, so it's a classic Lego game. It's not like the new Star Wars one that's like a massive open world with like a billion fucking collectibles and side quests. Like, it's a classic Lego game, and it's using the locations from the first Horizon, I think, from what I've seen.
Okay.
Or at least from like the
I use some of the
gameplay.
weapons from Horizon too.
Yeah,
I don't know.
you're like fighting the robot dinosaurs, you're playing as Aloy and Varl, you're exploring.
Also, multiplayer, I think.
Yeah, but I think every Lego game
Pretty
is.
sure it's
Yeah. Well, it's just Lego Horizons. I don't know why they're making this, to be honest, but I guess it looks kind of fun.
You didn't
like
see
every
the
Lego game is.
Horizon verse?
What do you mean?
They're trying to make like 1,000 properties off Horizon.
Oh, yeah, they are working a lot
making
of...
like a Horizon.
They're making a
or something.
multiplayer, they're making an Amazon TV show, they're making an MMO, I think? And then they're gonna make the final chapter in Aloy's trilogy, they said.
Horizon is an industry plan. That can't be a real secret.
Oh, it's so good though. I love Horizon. I don't know if I'm gonna play the Lego game. Horizon is cool. The first game is like, okay. If you don't like the first game, I can see that. The second game is really good. It's so peak. Oh my goodness. Yes.
I'll just nod. I'm just nodding.
Yeah, I know that no one likes Horizon, but... Well, we'll move on to the Xbox showcase.
What are you? Whoa.
Unless
You're forgetting a showcase.
I am.
Yeah. The Future Game Show that you both fucking
Future
missed.
Game Slop.
I was watching Furiosa, bro.
There's no way I was watching that.
Future Game Show was the most peak showcase of this entire fucking season.
Yeah.
It had the most back-to-back fucking actually interesting looking games. Bro, I wish listed like 7 or 8 games by the end of that fucking showcase, man. Like they had so many cool games and it was all like interesting shit. There were probably like maybe 4 games that looked genuinely bad.
How long was the show?
Were there any turn-based RPG?
Maybe like an hour? I think there was.
That's pretty solid.
I could list a few of the ones that caught my eye if you guys like.
Do a shout out.
Give us your top 3.
JAMcast.
First 2, I played the demo of a few of these. First 2, Sonokuni and Wild Bastards. Those games were fucking peak. Sonokuni's kind of like a Hotline Miami game. It's biopunk themed, so it's got a lot of like, it uses a lot of like gross shit like intestines and stuff for like infrastructure. You know, it's like inanimate objects are made out of like flesh and stuff. I think that's what biopunk is. Like stuff like that. Like gross art style like that. And then Wild Bastards is like a space western. It's pretty cool. It's a first person shooter game, and then it has like a board that you play on. I don't know how to, I'm terrible at like describing it, but it was a lot of fun. And both these games have demos. And then there was also Enter the Chronosphere, which is I mentioned this in VC, the turn-based roguelike, it's like a turn-based bullet hell. It's a turn-based bullet hell.
Talking about this, yeah.
Oh yeah.
It looks pretty cool. There's no trailer, or not a trailer. There's no demo for it, unfortunately.
Undertale. Just Undertale.
Well, no, Undertale is it is a turn-based RPG as well as a bullet hell, but this game is like when you stop moving, everyone stops moving, and like shit only happens when you move.
Oh, okay.
So it's like that. So you have to like plan out your actions.
Kind of like Super Hot.
Yeah, similar to Super Hot, but it's like it's not VR, obviously. It's like a top-down view, and it's a roguelike. Then there was Nobody Wants to Die, which is a noir detective game that takes place in 2329 New York. So it's got like a noir, like cyberpunk aesthetic.
Oh, I like the look of this. I'm looking at the screenshots of the Steam page. This looks kind of cool.
It comes out next month. 3 weeks comes out, and it looks really fucking good.
This is one of the ones that didn't have a demo done.
No, it didn't have a
demo. Out so soon. I'm kind of surprised that
it didn't have a demo.
But...
It has a very interesting concept. I'm interested in picking it up.
Time reveals all.
But yeah, then there was that, and then there was plenty more. Yeah, it was tight, dude.
That and more.
Yeah, you guys. That's what I was saying. I was telling everyone. I was like, y'all missed out.
I joined towards the end of it, and I not impressed. But
I think me and fucking.
It might have dried up a little bit.
Who did I? I'm trying to remember who else. I think it was me, Muffin, and Neko. I think that's who ended up being in the VC watching the showcase. Yeah, so it was like
Nightmare Blunt Rotation.
But all 3 of us were like, no, dude, it was fun. All 3 of us were
characters.
All 3 of us were enjoying the showcase. It was fun.
Well, that's cool. That's cool. I probably would have watched it.
So
I was just watching Furiosa.
Yeah, fuck you and Mad Max.
Nah, man, I had to watch it because apparently no one went to watch it because it's like failing at the box office or something.
Oh,
But I did my
don't know.
part.
doing my part.
Anything else that I'm missing, or can we move on to the Xbox?
Yeah. You can go to your
Yo.
fucking Xbox Slopfest.
Did you watch Xbox,
the
Juno?
greatest.
I did. Yeah, I did.
Dude,
it was really good.
shut
It was really
up.
good.
Juno.
What do you mean? Fuck you.
Xbox
You did the
is
same
the greatest
thing.
console of all time.
Shut
You-
up.
Man, I love me some Xbox.
Fucking Matt
gotta
Booty
understand that.
intercepted our call.
Mac
Who is this
Booty.
guy? Mac Booty. Oh shit.
No, it
Mac
was surprisingly good though. I had high expectations for it because Xbox has been showing off some pretty good games. They got Atlas on L. They got
Yeah.
RGG.
I know they're
They got some
recruiting
studios I
fucking
care about.
everyone.
Xbox is just like they threw so much money at every publisher that it's basically another third-party showcase now. Maybe that's why Jeff Keighley didn't have anything because Xbox was just offering more money.
Jeff Keighley's like, fuck.
they bought 'em
Xbox
all,
is
yeah.
buying everything.
Jeff Keighley doesn't offer money to studios. He takes it. Costs like $500,000.
Oh, true. I did see that was like a thing. Well, but yeah, Xbox was cool. Oh, there was that one turn-based RPG that didn't look like a turn-based RPG at first.
Oh yeah.
Expedition 33.
Expedition 33.
That game looks so awesome.
You guys, I remember everyone being like, this looks so ass, and then it was a fucking turn-based RPG,
It's
and
just-
everyone was like, what the
whenever
fuck?
these
This looks
guys
cool.
See a fucking, whenever these
What
guys
the
see a cinematic
fuck?
game, they're like, oh, what the fuck, this is boring.
This
is
looks
trash."
ass, and then it turn-based RPG, and the monkey brain,
It
like,
started
fucking neuron
and it was
activated.
a cinematic trailer, and we were like, oh, I guess we're getting no gameplay, cinematic trailer. Then the gameplay started, and we're like, oh, we are getting gameplay. And then we were like, oh, this is kind of generic. Then enemies showed up, and they fucking got in a turn-based battle, and I was like, whoa, what? And
Hell
then
yeah,
the trailer just got
Western
better from there on out.
AAA.
Like,
Western
getting
AAA
crazier.
turn-based RPG.
And then it turns out that Ben Starr is in it. And then the developers go on
Ben Starr is
Twitter
in
and in
it.
interviews, and they're like, oh, our favorite games are Final Fantasy, and we love JRPGs. And now everyone loves it.
Yup.
Wow,
I mean,
isn't that something?
That
It's
was
just-
something.
has this ever been done before? Has there ever been like a RPG done by like a Western studio that's like triple? I can't think of.
I don't think they're AAA, though. Or like,
Baldur's
that's a
Gate
like
3.
AAA studio.
They're not.
I think it's a
Thought
pretty
it was
small team.
Baldur's Gate 3 got a AAA budget.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not sure.
No, I
about
mean,
Dude,
like,
that.
you
I mean, like a
asked.
classic. No, I'm talking about like a JRPG style game, not like
Oh.
Western RPG. Obviously, there's been hundreds of Western RPG.
It can't
about,
really
like,
be a
a
Japanese
JRPG style
RPG
game
if
done by
it's not
Western.
made by Japanese people, can it?
Yeah, but JRPGs have a style to them where it's like, you have your party, it's turn-based combat, you have your skills and shit. There's a certain style to them that's very recognizable.
Yeah, they
that,
they
like,
have a different way of
is
like
different from Baldur's
storytelling
Gate.
and like narrative focus. Western RPGs usually
You know
focus
what I mean.
more.
When you
Yeah,
see
no, I'm
a
agreeing with you,
JRPG battle
shithead.
screen, you know it's a JRPG. Okay.
I was gonna say Western RPGs, they usually their storytelling is more focused on like your party members and stuff, being part of a bigger narrative, right? Like Baldur's Gate 3, all of your companions play a role into a bigger narrative, and then, I feel like a JRPG, it focuses on your party as a whole group rather than individual. Like everyone has their arcs, obviously, but like Persona 3, for example. I don't know. I've only really
Yeah.
played Persona games, but like those games have a different way of storytelling than like Baldur's Gate 3 does. So I definitely think, yeah, you could probably do like a Western take
Western
on a JRPG.
JRPG.
Yeah.
It's
Maybe that's
really
what this
interesting,
game's gonna
though.
be. Maybe that's what
Because you can
fucking
see-
what was it? Expedition 33? I forgot.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
like
maybe that's
another
what that's
part of the
gonna be.
title, but I don't know what that is.
Are you gonna
Well,
get
I think it looks
Mac?
really cool.
Expedition 33?
I'll probably pick it up.
What
There
platforms
was
is it gonna be
so
on?
many
I think it's coming on everything. Besides for Switch, probably.
everything. I'm pretty sure.
Gotcha.
Probably Switch too, but I don't think it was announced
I was
for
gonna
it.
say so many announcements at this Xbox showcase. It was just big game after big game. Like Yeah, they weren't the type of games I personally get super excited for, but
Yeah,
then I was kind of shocked.
I just sent an overview in the chat. That's the thing that I had with this showcase as well. Like, there were a lot of heavy hitter announcements one after another, but only some of them are, like, personally that I'm interested in.
I know,
like Expedition 33.
Why did it take me so long to realize, like, they had a lot of fucking announcements at this showcase?
Yeah, they did.
Doom, yeah. Doom looked great.
The Doom
Avowed
trailer
looked
You're a
great.
Doom
Cool.
fan.
Avowed looked great.
Yeah.
The new Dragon Age, that looked kind of weird, but that's a thing. New Warcraft expansion.
It's weird
Soccer
because
2.
that was a cinematic trailer, if I remember correctly.
The Dragon Age or Doom?
But the actual gameplay for Dragon Age, I don't know. I saw some of the
Did they show any
Yeah, they
gameplay
did
of
release,
Fable?
like, gameplay. No, that's the thing that I... It's so weird because they keep
No.
showing Fable, and this is like the third trailer that we've had for it, but I don't think they've shown any gameplay.
Oh,
yeah.
what was I calling the game? It's Expedition 33. Was I saying Expedition?
I think so.
Okay,
Maybe.
I don't know. Expedition
I don't know.
33.
I don't know.
Perfect Dark. I don't know shit about Perfect Dark. Did you tell your dad about it, Mac?
Perfect Dark. I haven't told my dad about it.
Oh my god.
It was an
dude.
N64 game that was the main competitor to GoldenEye at the time, and GoldenEye is like, it was the biggest shooter back when it came out. Like, everybody would, come over to the Timmy's house, play some GoldenEye. That was a big game. And then Perfect Dark was a main competitor, and it was more focused on, like, I don't want to say stealth, but you were like a secret agent executing. You were a hot woman. That was a big difference.
You weren't a
Being
hot
fun.
man, you're a hot woman now.
Yeah, it was also
Pretty
pretty
woke,
like
if you
dark
ask
immature
me.
at the time. I don't know. Perfect Dark is cool. I remember watching my dad play it a lot, and he loved it because the only other games on it were like fucking Mario, Zelda, whatever. So that this like dark, gritty shooter, pretty cool.
The trailer for it looked
And,
cool. I'm interested in it.
Yeah, it looks pretty good.
Yeah, they're bringing it back. That's cool.
State of Decay 3.
What else on?
Like 1 and 2 are pretty
don't-
good. Metal Gear Solid, the Metal Gear Solid remake.
Metal Gear Solid 3.
That
That's
looked
pretty.
good.
That's pretty hype.
That
That looks
looks
pretty interesting.
I want to play all the Kojima games eventually, like not just Metal Gear. But
I didn't know
wanna
you
do a
had visual
Kojima
novels.
binge. He had it's called Snatcher and Police.
Police Knots? Is that what you said?
Yeah, he had visual.
That's
yeah,
not. I've heard that before.
One of his visual.
I don't
I've heard
think
of
I've
that
ever
one.
heard of any of those.
Yeah.
I haven't heard of the other one though. Life is Strange, the new Life is Strange. That I'm excited for. Finally continuing Max Caulfield's fucking story.
Yeah, it
After
looks kind of
like
interesting.
how many years? How many years has it been since the last one?
I have no idea, but it's been really long.
Like 7.
I just hope that's like a genuinely good continuation of our story, and that it's not just like, oh look guys, Max is back. We all
Yeah.
love Max, right? Buy the game now and play it 2 weeks early if you pay 120.
That's crazy.
So insane.
New Gears of War.
Oh, true. There was like a big thing going
I
on
couldn't care less.
around Gears of War on the
Yeah.
internet. Because Jeff Keighley was like, oh, Gears of War debuts with a CGI trailer. And then the developers were really angry because it wasn't a CGI trailer and it was like all in-engine.
Man.
There was like a thing going on about that. Classic Jeff Keighley L.
Yep.
Like what?
Wu Chang Fallen Feathers looked cool.
Yeah, I was gonna point that one out. What
That-
was it again?
That was a game I was interested in. It felt like a Chinese Liza P.
The only thing that I have with that is like it looked really
Yeah,
cool, but it also looked like another Souls-like, and we've been getting a lot of like either Souls-like or like action games that take a lot of inspiration from Souls-like, so I'm like waiting to see how this is gonna set itself apart from those.
Yeah, we have to see.
I think that's basically the interesting stuff from Xbox, looking at this overview,
Yeah.
unless you guys have something. I mean, Indiana Jones looks kind of cool.
Yeah, no, Indiana Jones looks good. I probably won't get it though.
I don't know if I'll get it. Maybe I'll get it, because I do like my story adventure games. And I used to really like Indiana Jones as a kid, so...
Me too.
If it comes out and it's good, then I might pick it up.
It looks funny. Looks like a funny game.
It does look like a funny game. But I guess that brings us to the final showcase, the one that was...
Wait, one thing about Indiana Jones.
Okay.
It's the guys who made Indiana Jones made the fucking new game.
Yeah.
And those games are kind of slop.
Which Wolfenstein game?
I've heard they're pretty bad. New Colossus, they made a third one that was
Yeah, I've heard that those new games haven't been that good, but I don't know. I don't know if they're like bad story-wise or if it's like gameplay thing as well, though. So, like, I'm not into that franchise at all, so I just saw that people didn't like it as much, but... Nintendo, though? That showcase is pretty good.
Can we move on to Nintendo?
I missed that one, too.
Oh, pretty good, dude.
I didn't watch it live because I was working, but I watched it afterwards.
I was sick.
How could you miss the Nintendo Direct, bro? What are you doing?
Sick.
Not sick. You were bit it.
Oh, you got
sick
me.
from too much
Anyways,
gooning.
Sick from the gooning. But yeah, I love that Nintendo. That's like in my top 2 directs of all time. It was kind of insane. It was just RPG after RPG after RPG. That's my shit. They knew what they were doing.
Yeah, it was a cool direct. It wasn't like one of my favorites, but it had a lot of really cool stuff that I'm interested in. The only thing that I don't like is how much of it leaked. Because like most of my highlights were like things that we knew were gonna be there. Like Dragon Quest III actually being the trilogy and Fantasian and stuff.
Yeah.
But was sadly leaked. But besides that, fucking new IP from the Danganronpa guy again. Because he's cooking up a million games somehow.
Yeah, and this time it actually looks like Danganronpa. It looks awesome.
It's really...
This time it's actually a game as well.
True. It's a strategy RPG.
Not a visual novel. Yeah.
It's gonna be really interesting, though.
I might pick that up.
Because apparently this is also
the
like his...
designs are very Danganronpa.
Yeah, a lot of it is very Danganronpa. It also has a lot of like raincoat stuff in it with the little ghost guys. They basically look exactly the same as the raincoat mascots.
I went through a couple emotions watching that trailer. I was like, oh, it's Raincoat 2. And it was right after Ace Attorney, so Josie had like a heart attack. But then it like obviously wasn't Raincoat, and I was like, Danganronpa.
That's exactly what I went through as well.
Yeah. And then it revealed the title. I was like, oh, okay, new game.
Because it starts off with like a guy talking about how he's just living his normal life, and then despair happens.
They were in the fucking school.
So I was like, oh, Danganronpa.
And it had like the portraits and shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That
maybe that's what they were going for. Maybe they were trying to debate everyone.
Because it literally went from like a new IP, and then it shows the Raincoat guy, and I was like, what the fuck, Raincoat 2 already? And then it went to like a school, and I'm trapped here with 15 other students. Oh! Like, what the fuck do you mean?
Man, I wish I was there for that.
Exactly.
When does this come out?
I think early next year. This is a really big deal for the developer as well, because this is like usually always partners with other publishers and stuff, but after Danganronpa he made his own studio, and this is like a self-published game, and it's also a collaboration with the developers of the Nonary games, so this is like a really big thing.
Yeah, I was about to say, because usually Danganronpa is like Spike Chunsoft or whatever it's called, right?
Yeah, and this is like Tokyo Games.
This is like his like independent company, like he's on his own now.
Yeah.
That's cool.
That was really cool. And then
a game I did not think I would be excited for that I want to talk about is Mario and Luigi Brothership. So I am not a Mario fan. They could have announced any Mario game other than this one, and I would have not have given a fuck. I literally do not like Mario. I don't.
What do you mean you don't care about Mario Party Jamboree?
Mario Party Jamboree. Oh my god, dude. Her direct lagged during that trailer, and I like screamed at the top of my lungs. You're lagging during Mario Party Jamboree? What the hell? Turn it back on right now. But anyways, Yeah, Mario and Luigi Brothership. Mario and Luigi is a turn-based RPG series, Mario character. I thought the series was dead because the studio Alpha Dream completely closed. They got shut down after releasing a 3DS port of Bowser's Inside Story that actually sold 0 copies. It was the lowest selling Mario game ever, I think, something like that. Because nobody had a 3DS when it came out. Switch was already out.
What the
And
fuck?
exactly, they didn't release it on Switch either, so I don't know what they were thinking, but I thought the series was dead because the studio that made it didn't exist anymore. But sure enough, the direct opens up with this and just slaps me across the face with some insane nostalgia.
That's cool.
And I think it looks great. They adapted the art style perfectly. Combat is so fun in these games. It's like every single attack you do and every single enemy attack is basically a mini game. So like to do extra damage, you have to be good at the mini game.
Yeah.
And then the enemy will attack you, and you have to time your like counter attacks or your dodges so that you don't get hit as much by them. It's a great combat system, and it's just a new fucking Mario Luigi. It looks like it has a lot of soul. It has unique characters. A problem with a lot of recent Mario RPGs is that they just use fucking codes as the characters, and they have no unique characters at all. But this game is like, fuck that. We're gonna have unique characters. We're gonna have a classic Mario Luigi game experience. I wasn't expecting that at all. It caught me off guard, and I am way more hyped for it than I thought it was gonna be. That's an easy A1.
That's really cool.
I'm gonna be playing my Mario game and enjoying it for the first time in like I don't know. I don't even know the last time I played a Mario game. Fuck, man. That's been a hot minute.
I haven't played Mario Wonder. Oh.
No.
I was gonna say I remember playing
No,
Bowser's
Mario
Inside
Wonder.
Story as a kid, and that game was really good.
Oh, it's so good. So Yoko Kishimomura does a soundtrack too, so it's gonna have an awesome soundtrack.
Nice. What else
Dude,
was
her
that?
soundtracks are so funny for the game. So wait, I want to talk one more thing about it. So the soundtrack for these games is super funny because they start out and it's like what you would expect from a Mario game soundtrack. Like I call it peanut. But by the end of the game, I guess Yoko Shimura gets bored and she just turns like every final boss theme is like a fucking Dark Souls Shin theme. They're like some of the most intense music in any video game I've ever heard, and
Nice.
it's insane. I'm excited to see where they go for this.
Yeah.
It's just as intense.
What else did they show
What were
off
you gonna
at
say, Dust?
the Nintendo showcase?
Fairy Tail 2! Fairy Tail 2!
Yeah, I have like the
Fairy Tail 2.
website open with everything in order. I don't care about
I have
Fairy
the
Tail
Reddit,
2, but
I guess
it's so funny that it's called Fairy Tail 2 though.
Oh, dude, the Fairy Tail haters are real quiet ever since Fairy Tail 2 dropped.
That's
They're
such a
saying
freaking
it's so
mean
good, why didn't
title,
get a
bro.
sequel? And
It's like people going, "Oh, One Piece 2."
oh my god.
But after Fairy Tail 2, they did Fantasian, which looks really cool.
Oh, I hope you play Fantasian because it is Hironobu Sakaguchi's labor of love. Like he worked on Final Fantasy 1 through 9, and he made this game with the idea that this is the game he was going to retire on. So it's kind of like his love child. Like really put his heart into this game, and you could tell because it has that classic like Final Fantasy style to it. And the craziest thing is that the backgrounds, they use like the pre-rendered backgrounds that they would use in PS1 games. But the thing is that they're real pictures of dioramas that they made in the studio.
Oh,
And then they put them into the game.
Yeah, I saw a picture on
So
my
you're
timeline earlier of him like holding a diorama barn that was like used on top of the...
Yeah, they made most of the areas in the game in real life and then put it into the game. It's so cool.
What's
It's
the
such
game
a cool
called?
Artistic decision.
Fantasian.
Fantasian.
Neo Dimensions.
Oh, yeah, that's
Oh, and
interesting.
this
Why do you think they gave it a subtitle? Do you think it's just because?
I
or
think
do you
there's
it's
already
licensed
another-
or something
definitive
like
edition.
this?
There's already another
Oh, okay.
Fantasian game, it looks like.
I sent a
Yeah, it's on
picture
Apple
of the
Arcade,
diorama in the chat. Like, that's so fucking cool that they like made that and then use CG and put it on top of the pre-rendered cutscene or like pre-rendered background.
Oh, that is really cool.
Yeah, if you want to look at some gameplay of the game, it's just beautiful, like the character walking through the towns and stuff. It looks like nothing I've ever seen before. And they're adding a lot of quality of life to this port of it. It has voice acting now. That's really big for me.
Yeah.
It's cool that they could add that.
It's so insane that he like made this, like you said, like a love letter to games and like his like final project, and then it was stuck on the fucking Apple Arcade. How?
Exactly.
At least it's getting ported now, but that's so insane to think about.
Square Enix came in and like published the game for him. I like to think that like someone at Square Enix called him and been like, "Bro, you can't go out on Apple Arcade, bro. You gotta let us publish this." Like, oh, okay, bro.
I guess I'll publish it. Okay.
Yeah, this was leaked, which kind of sucks because I would have lost my shit if this.
Yeah. Same thing with.
In fact,
oh, you also moved from.
We want to talk about Midori for a second.
Oh.
Midori,
a little transition if we want to talk about Midori for a second.
Mystic
or
Distance.
Ryan, as I call him now. Oh my god. They personally replied to me on Twitter and said that Fantasian was. So, I was the one who knew. I was like, I got the confirmation.
Actually, no, you didn't. Midori knew about it first
Uh,
because they gave you the info, but go ahead.
Well, yeah, and probably other leakers.
Just saying, bro.
They were a traitor.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, I had a personal connection to this. Then Midori.
It's not Midori.
White man from Chicago, maybe.
Pretending to be a Japanese girl.
Pretending to be a Japanese.
Fantasy ruined.
With a broken accent.
Yeah, that part's pretty weird.
It's like
just racist.
The whole thing was weird. Yeah. He was also pretending. Yeah, he was also pretending like he had a boyfriend and shit. And like,
I mean, hey man, a guy can have a boyfriend.
I don't know.
Yeah, but like,
yeah, but it was like role play. It was he was role playing as a Japanese girl with a boyfriend.
Yeah, no, pretending to be a Japanese woman. That part is really weird. I don't know, like, what I want to know, like, why he was like, yeah, I'm gonna pretend to be someone else. Like, people would have respected you regardless of
because
like,
Mystic Distance had a lot of beef on the internet. These aren't confirmed, so take it with a grain of salt. But he messaged a lot of minors and maybe told them more than he should have.
Okay.
I don't know if it was explicitly sexual. He DMing a lot of minors, telling them like a lot of personal.
Yeah.
It's just kind of weird.
And then he got cancelled, and I guess he wanted to come back anonymously.
I
feel like I've heard of Mystic Distance.
Nobody viewed him as a reputable.
I used to be
anymore.
mutuals with him.
Probably have.
So you probably have, because he's like, he's just a random person on
Twitter. Is he part of your old Makoto fan club?
Maybe. I didn't know at first, because I was like, Mystic Distance, that name sounds familiar. But then someone posted this Twitter icon, and I was like, oh my god, it's him. No fucking way.
Oh, him.
Yeah, the username just sounds familiar.
I didn't remember there being any drama with him at the time, but like, when I saw it, I was like, oh, true, he did kind of just disappear from the internet. It's like, I guess if that happens to you and you come back, of course you're not going to be like, hey guys, it's me again, but why pretend to be a Japanese girl with a broken accent? And like, that's so weird. You could have just stayed anonymous.
Yeah, exactly. You could have just stayed anonymous. You could have...
Exactly.
You didn't have to pretend to be like a different person.
Yeah. They were like literally going out of their way to tweet stuff like, oh, here's my Discord, but I have a boyfriend, so stop DMing me, please.
Yeah.
Do you think he's fucked because now Nintendo, Square Enix, and all these companies know who he is? Are they gonna show up at his house like the fucking Justice League and beat his ass?
True. Yeah, because his like real life identity is just out there now as well. So.
Yeah, Mystic Distance. By the way, just in case anyone accuses of doxing this, Mystic Distance did not try and hide their identity at all. They were very open with who they were, like in.
Yeah.
So. Yeah. Then they went in this Midori binge where they leaked all the biggest games from all the biggest game companies, and now their real identity's out there. So I feel like they might be fucked. I don't know.
Yeah,
We'll see.
because at first it was just Atlas, but then they started going to like Square Enix and Nintendo and like. But yeah, that's that's the leaker drama for this episode. Another thing that they leaked though, which also would have been a fucking insane reveal if it wasn't leaked, was a Dragon Quest.
Hello Kitty Island adventure.
I don't think she leaked that, but that was a pretty insane reveal, to be honest. Like Animal Crossing and Hello Kitty, bruh. So peak.
Who's hype? Oh, one
Dragon
random
Quest.
tangent. Our friend Spinebreaker, she I noticed on Twitter she was very excited for 2 games. The new Doom and Hello Kitty Island Adventure. Which I think is a very funny combination of games.
Both of those are pretty
Spine
core though. Like I can easily see that.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, with that, shout out to Spinebreaker.
Yeah, Dragon
she makes
Quest,
very awesome art.
Oh my god.
True, she does. She made
my
icon, my Twitter and YouTube icon.
Exactly. We can't not mention Spinebreaker and then not call out their art, bro. Okay.
True.
No, that's done. You can yap about Dragon Quest.
Dragon Quest 1 through 3 remakes. HD 2D. They're like the Octopath art style, and they have the artists working on the art. Oh my god. So it's been teased for 3 years. It was like originally shown off, and it was in the Octopath 1 style, kind of. But now it's been updated to the Octopath 2 look, where it's way more in depth. There's a lot more like camera angles and stuff.
That comparison from like the first reveal trailer to the new one, it just looks like a different game. Like it's such a massive upgrade between these 2 trailers. Like I'm surprised that they like reveal it so early.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's Dragon Quest 3. Dragon Quest 3 is one of the most important games ever made. It sold like millions when it came out, which was unheard of for a video game to sell as quick as Dragon Quest. They ran out of copies of the game, and kids were just getting beaten up for their copies in the streets outside of game stores, and it was getting stolen from them. And businesses were going under because the workers were calling off to play fucking Dragon Quest. It caused like a financial recession the year it came out in Japan. So like, it's one of the first video game like smash hits. And yeah, they're remaking it, so it's gonna be great still. The original game was great. I have no doubt this remake is gonna be even better. Some of the additions I saw was they're giving the physical classes abilities. So like in the original game, your physical attackers could only attack and defend, but now they have additional abilities they can use. So way more interesting to pick your classes at the game. They added a new class, the Monster Tamer. Like tame wild monsters you encounter now and like them in battle. Fucking.
Those are some pretty big additions already. Like adding a whole new class and stuff.
The creator Yuji Horii said he was going to add additional story scenarios, so there's going to be more story to the game. There's voice acting now. It's just like it's going to be such a great game. And then, of course, at the end of the trailer, the main Dragon Quest theme plays, and it's like, also we're doing 1 and 2. Oh, okay.
But 1 and 2 is releasing next year, and Dragon Quest 3 is releasing this year, isn't it?
This year. Yep. That's one thing that's probably my main point of controversy with it, is that I thought they were going to be all 3 games for like, because, these are old NES RPGs, so that's kind of what I thought they were going for.
Yeah.
For example, like the Final Fantasy Pixel Remaster. Obviously, HD 2D is more impressive than Masters did, but that was like 6 games for $75. So I thought, oh yeah, it'll be the 3 Dragon Quest. But no. In fact, just Dragon Quest 3 is $60, which is overpriced to me, because other HD 2D remakes like Live a Live and Star Ocean 2 were only $50. And then this one is like, oh, it's Dragon Quest, so we could charge $60.
Yeah, that is just name recognition.
I think that's a little overpriced.
Like 50 would have been fine.
Yeah, it feels like to me.
Is the Dragon Quest 1 and 2 bundle also going to be 60? Do we know
That would be criminal because Dragon
Yeah,
Quest
because I
1
was just
is
gonna
like
say Dragon
a
Quest
5-hour
1.
long game. It's like I don't know. And then Dragon Quest 2 is, more fleshed out, but it's still like an extremely early art. So I really hope that one's not 60. If that one's 60, that's just criminal. 3 at least is like it's a fully fledged game, It's gonna be great.
Yeah. I mean,
But I still think 60. I think they should.
Yeah. But 3 is a prequel or something, isn't it? Because they said that you can play 3 first and then 1 and 2.
So the Dragon Quest timeline is 11, 3, 1, then 2.
What the
Then
fuck was first?
all the other games are kind of just random. 11 is first, yeah.
That's crazy.
So 3 I think is going to be a really solid starting point because it's not as intimidating as 11, it's not a 90-hour long game. And it's classic Dragon Quest. So I feel like it's a really good place for people to start if they've played a game in the series.
Yeah. And that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna start with these. I'm gonna play 3 and then I'll play 1 and 2 and then I'll play 11. If I like them.
That's
If
awesome.
it's mid, then I will not play
I don't know.
them.
I don't know what you'll think about 1 and 2.
I mean, I don't mind playing very standard JRPGs because I think it's interesting to see where those games came from. Like, I recently started playing the Metal Gear series, but I didn't start with Metal Gear Solid. I went back to play fucking Metal Gear and Metal Gear 2. So I don't mind playing an older game. I just think it's interesting. So
yeah, I mean, Dragon Quest 1 was it's one party member, turn-based battles, very, very standard. And then Dragon Quest 2, they finally added, like, party members. But it's still, like, a very rudimentary, like, almost D&D style campaign where it's just like, you're the hero, gather the other heroes, save the day from the God of Destruction.
yeah.
Very, very simple. Meanwhile, Dragon Quest 3, they really, like, fleshed out the story. They started breaking convention.
It is a bit
They made it
weird
way
that
more
it's not a trilogy bundle then. Like, from the way that you're describing
It's
it would make a
very
lot
strange.
more sense if they do a bundle with all 3
I
of
thought
them.
it was. I think it's honestly. I hate to say it, but I think they just want more.
Like, you can hope that they're actually like very substantial remakes and that they flesh out Dragon Quest 1 and 2, but like if they're that standard, then it's also like but it's also like how much can you flesh out without like losing that it is Dragon Quest 1 or Dragon Quest 2. Like
Fuck, I guess we'll see.
But no. What else was there? There was a Fairy Tail Fantasian, Nintendo Switch Sports update, Mio, Disney, Hello Kitty, Looney Tunes, Among Us update.
Focus. Farmagia.
Farmagia looked bad.
Dude, I was excited for Farmagia. I was like, oh, Hiro Mashima's doing designs for an RPG. That'll be cool. Then I see it and it's fucking farming sim, creature collector, Pikmin RPG. I was looking at that trailer with like my mouth wide open, like, what the fuck
I
is
expected the farming
Farmagia?
part.
No
it's
shit.
literally called Farmagia, so I expected that part. I didn't think it would look like a Pikmin game.
Yeah.
It literally just looks like
it's one of the worst
JRPG
games I've ever
Pikmin.
seen. I'm gonna be honest. It
It looks rough.
It looks like garbage. I'm curious.
It looks
see.
kind of rough, yeah. But what else was there?
Bunko Fusion. Oh, Bunko
Funko
Fusion's day one for all of
my
us, right?
goodness. True. You can play as Freddy Fazbear, bro. It's gonna be so peak. I don't know what else is there. I'm going through the list.
Luigi Mansion 2.
You guys are talking about
Luigi's Mansion 2
Funko
is the
Pops.
biggest
Frankly, I
ripoff
think
Nintendo's ever
you've
tried.
stretched it enough.
No, because there's good stuff later, and I'm just like scrolling through it to see what's there.
Gotcha.
The Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection. Aren't you excited
Yes,
for that?
bro.
Exactly.
Oh, so fucking happy, man. Marvel 2.
I mean,
Marvel 2 is back. Yay.
kind of fucked up how it's not coming to Xbox. So, I can't
Yeah.
get excited for it anymore.
Yeah, I agree. I don't really like that it's on the Switch, but it's back at least. At least it's back.
Oh, you're gonna get some matches with like people with the nastiest Wi-Fi ever.
Oh my god. Yeah, I'm thinking like if I do get it, I'm gonna have to like plug my take my Ethernet cable from my computer and put it into my Switch just to play. Because fuck that. It's got rollback
fighting
netcode.
games, but if I had to list my favorite fighting games, it would probably be Smash Bros. Ultimate, then Marvel vs. Capcom 2. That game is so iconic and awesome. I don't know, like it has a great roster. The character animations, the soundtrack is god tier. Oh, yeah, no, it's if any fighting game was gonna get ported, that's awesome that one.
Exactly. See, we weren't just reaching by talking about Funko. We were just filling in the time with it.
Real quick, Luigi's Mansion 2 HD is the biggest ripoff Nintendo's ever done. If you buy Luigi's Mansion 2 HD, anybody who's listening to this, I will make fun of you. You're paying $60 for a 3DS game. You're a loser. Don't buy it.
Is it upgraded in any way, or is it just a port?
It's slightly better looking than the 3DS version. And I do mean slightly. Like, it's barely upgraded. It's HD. That's like an HD.
I mean, I feel like
Other than that,
Nintendo
it's
is
just
usually pretty
3DS
bad
game.
with pricing ports. Like,
that's insane. The game launched at $40. It's $20 higher than the launch price. Like, what the fuck is happening? How? It doesn't make any sense.
Nintendo fans are gonna defend it,
Oh,
though.
I don't know.
With their wallets ready
Dude,
to buy
it's gonna
10
sell
copies.
millions. It's gonna sell millions. Luigi's Mansion always sells millions. It's crazy.
Oh, I haven't played them. They look kind of funny, though. There was a new Zelda game,
Four Swords Adventure is... Oh, we can talk about Zelda for a bit, yeah.
Yeah, I
So,
want to know, what is that? What is that
first I want to
Zelda
talk
game?
about...
Because I've been seeing it.
Yeah, what did you want to say first?
It's a... Oh, okay. I wanted to say that Four Swords Adventure is coming out on the GBA for NSO. And that's awesome because it's a 4-player Zelda game. But the only way you could play it before was if you hooked up your Game Boy Advance link cables together and played it locally, which obviously is a pain in the ass. So now that you can just play it online multiplayer,
That's cool.
That's very cool. I'm definitely going to be trying to get a group
And
together.
they also
pretty
put
soon.
Perfect Dark on Nintendo Online now.
Yeah,
which works
you
really
play the original
well
Perfect
together
Dark.
before the new game comes out. That's smart marketing. Almost like there's a strategy behind these things.
Zelda got an actual new game. It's 2D Zelda called Echoes of Wisdom, and the trailer opened, and I thought it was a remake of Zelda 1. I was like, wow, this is random. But then Link gets sucked into, like, hell or something, and Zelda walks out of the cave, and it's like, oh no, this is a Zelda game, like an actual Zelda game where you're playing as Zelda. And that's like, that hasn't been done since the fucking CDI.
That's cool.
Like, that's crazy.
It looks kind of cool.
And it looks so good. They're taking the game design of Tears of the Kingdom and they're putting it in a 2D Zelda game with you being able to can copy any object in the world and then you can like place it elsewhere to solve puzzles. And then you can even copy enemies and have the enemies like fight for you.
Yeah, a lot of the abilities are like really creative.
It showed Zelda put down a haunch of meat, and then all the enemies went towards the meat to eat it. Then she summoned a venomous plant to eat the enemies that were eating the meat. So it's just like all these cool ways you could approach combat and puzzle solving. Like there was a hill, so she made a tunnel of water up. She could swim up the hill. Like it looks so creative and fun. Like they really made something unique instead of just like another 2D.
Yeah, it looks really cool. I might play it at some point. I haven't played any of the 2D Zelda games, but this one looked really fun. So I might pick it up.
It'll probably be very good.
I'm scrolling down the list. There's a lot of filler stuff.
One that specifically I can talk about that my mind, like almost as much as Live Live did back when that was announced, was Phantom Brave is getting a sequel. Phantom Brave is an old NIS game by the Disgaea.
Oh, okay, it's the Disgaea game. Yes.
And they only made one Phantom Brave like 15 years ago for the PS2, and it sold poorly. It's not a very popular game.
And this is a sequel.
But I've had it on my backlog forever. And then it's getting a sequel out of nowhere. literally the most random game to get a sequel I could have ever thought of. But I kind of freaked out when I saw it because Phantom Brave always looked good to me, and they're bringing back like the battle system original where you have inanimate objects in the map, and then you turn those into your characters that fight for you. And it's really weird. It uses like circles instead of grids, so you have like a range of movement. Then all your attacks have ranges. It just looks like it's gonna be a really good strategy.
It's cool. I don't know anything about those. I just saw the trailer and I was like, oh, that's the Disgaea art style. But that's really cool. That's like such an old,
it's
basically dead game that they just brought back with a
Couldn't believe
sequel.
it.
It's really interesting.
Oh, we got a new Tales of the Shire.
Oh, I was like, what? You
What?
watched a different direct than me.
Tales
Tales of
of
the
the Shire looks
Shire.
terrible. Another shitty Lord of the Rings game to add to the slot pile.
Yep. Tales of the Shire, bro. I was
Arkry,
watching
I know
that
there's a
trailer and I was
game
like,
you're
who
itching
watches
to talk
Lord of
about.
the Rings? Who reads Lord of the Rings? And it's like, I want a game where I can be a hobbit and do absolutely nothing, because the point of a hobbit is that they don't do anything. And that they're just
Dude,
chilling
I thought
in
the
their
same thing with
village.
Gollum. Like,
Just
why would
chilling,
they make
smoking
a
weed,
game
bro.
on Lord of the
That's
Rings
all they
where you
do.
play as fucking Gollum, dude? Nobody likes Gollum. What?
I mean, Gollum is at least like an
I don't know
interesting
who's
character that can like sneak around.
I don't know who's making these Lord of the Rings games, but make a fucking Gandalf game, or make a fucking game with the elves, or like
I mean, the Shadow
maybe a
of
Sauron
Mordor
origin story,
games
like-
were good, I think, from what I've heard. Like the Middle
yeah,
Earth
they were
games.
good.
And, and
Why
now
are you
we
making
get
these
stuff like
stupid ass
Tales
games
of the
nobody
Shire.
wants? Tales of the Shire. Oh my god, bro. Fuck off.
Okay. But my last highlight was Ace Attorney Investigations, which is fucking insane. Because the fucking
We never even
earlier...
got to.
What? Yeah, 2 got never...
2 never came out in the West.
2 never got localized, so now we got it. It's fucking insane that it's so fast as well, because, like, I think the original Trilogy remaster came out, like, fucking years ago, and then we got nothing for really long, and then they brought out the Great Ace Attorney, and then we got nothing for 2 years, and now we got fucking Apollo Justice Trilogy and Investigations both coming out this year.
That's crazy.
So awesome. I love it. It looks so cool. I'm really excited for it. It's also really interesting that they did speed up their releases, and it kind of makes me think that they're like close on finishing development on like an Ace Attorney 7 or something, and that they just want to catch up and get all of the games
Dude.
out there so
Yeah,
they can
'cause, like-
continue them.
Because now isn't like every Ace Attorney game gonna be on like
Yes,
modern
only
platforms,
the,
like modernized
the
as well?
Layton crossover. That's the only game that's not available now.
Well, that's
But
not
I
really. Is that
don't know if
canon?
that's a... Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It's not canon to Ace Attorney, so I think that's actually a Layton game and not an Ace Attorney game.
Gotcha.
But people have been bringing that one up. But besides for that one, like, that game, everything else is available now. We got every spin-off, every mainline game. So I feel like they're cooking something, and that's just like the preparation. Because they haven't made a new
Have
game
you heard the
in
rumor?
years. Oh god. Okay, Mac, tell
Heard
us
the rumor that Ace
again.
Attorney 7 is gonna take place in heaven, and Phoenix Wright has to defend the souls of the dead. Judgment.
Yeah. I'm glad you said that.
Okay, I got that out of the way. I
Yeah,
say that
that's
every
like
time
an
Ace
inside
Attorney,
joke that Mac has been bringing that up for a very long time. And we called him out on it recently, and now he's like, "Oh, what, you think I bring it up often? Oh, now I'll bring it up often." But
oh boy.
yeah,
Hey man, maybe the listeners wanted to hear about it. I
I've
don't
never heard him mention that ever.
it's just I remember that
That's
when
what I was
playing... No, you have. It's like years ago though, because I think I was playing like the original games, or I was just talking about it with Milky Yui, and then you said that like once, and then a few months later you would say it again. And but like the thing is, we didn't used to talk about Ace Attorney often. We would talk about it like once a year or once every few months, and every single time you brought it up. So now that we're like
Oh,
Now that I'm
man.
actively playing through the games, I'm just like, yo, Mac, are you gonna bring it up again? You're gonna fucking say it again? Ace Attorney in heaven, bro.
Yo,
They should do that
already
though.
in heaven, it's happening, dude. For real.
Yeah, but yes, those were all my highlights. I'm sure you were interested in the final
I
two
only
games,
have
Mac. Or one.
yeah, well, only one, but I want to talk about both. So Romancing Saga 2, that's another one that I just like. I'm not the biggest Saga fan, but I shit my pants when I saw it because it's so random that they're making a Romancing Saga 2 remake. That's like an ancient SNES game that was
Oh, really?
Japan only. And yeah, and now it's getting this big 3D remake, and it looks good. Like you would think it would look budget because Saga Emerald Dawn just came out, and that game looks like shit. It looks like an early fucking PS3 game. It looks very budget. But then this game comes out and it looks like beautiful. Like the animations are smooth, the character designs are awesome, the music is awesome. There's actual like big environments to explore. I I couldn't believe it. I was just like, oh, I guess Saga robbed the bank or something. Saga development team.
This
They could
does
actually
look
make a
good.
game. Because Square Enix was giving them the fucking nickels underneath the couch cushions to make their games before, and now they actually have a budget to make a good Saga game.
Yeah, this does
So
look good. Like
I'm probably gonna pick it up day one.
I didn't watch it direct live, and I was just like, I rewatched the VOD of it. And when I saw like the Saga logo, I was just like, oh, I can skip this because I just had like Saga Emerald in my mind, and I was like, oh, I'm not into these games. But now you're like, what you're saying made me interested in it, and now I'm rewatching that trailer, and this looks really cool. This is not what I expected
It's such
this
a
to
cool
look
game
like at
too,
all.
Saga 2. The way the game works is you're an emperor of a kingdom, and at multiple points throughout the game, your main character will die, and then your heir will take over the throne, and it will proceed to the next generation of kingdom.
That's really
So it's
cool.
like it's a very unique RPG,
Do you have to play the
and
first one?
no, you don't. But I have decided that I'm gonna play Saga 3 and Romancing Saga 1 remake before this game. Try and beat both comes out. Just because I kind of want to play the Saga games.
Hmm. Yeah. No, this game looks cool. I was like not interested in it at all before this conversation,
Made by
but
the same people who made Trials of Mana, same development team.
oh my goodness, the Mana game looks so
So
good.
yeah, it's another good remake. I don't know what's happening in Square Enix where they're like taking their most iconic series and they're actually like giving them love because we got a new Mana game and that game looks fucking phenomenal, and we got a new Saga game that looks phenomenal. Like what timeline are we living where Square Enix is actually giving these
It's
games
really
budget?
interesting because Square Enix recently said a statement of like we're canceling a lot of games, but like they're
What I
still
think they
pumping
meant by
out
that
so
was
many good
like
stuff.
I think they were talking about like they're really weird games like fucking
Various
Babylon's
Day Life.
Fall, Valkyrie Elysium, Various Day Life. What was the other one? There's one that was like a strategy or
I have no idea.
fuck.
Dio
Oh,
Field, Triangles.
Geofield. Fuck, dude. Geofield. Don't say
I
Triangle
don't
Strategy.
know.
Triangle Strategy is one of the
Oh,
best
okay.
games ever played. But
Yeah, how dare you? How
Geofield.
dare you?
It's just those games that have the same font. All of them have the same font. It's fucking Various Day
Yeah,
Life, Triangle Strategy, Diofield Chronicles. I don't know which ones are good and which ones aren't.
yeah, fair enough. Triangle Strategy is a terrible ass name, but Geofield, man, that game was so weird. I don't know what they were thinking, and I think they're cutting those games out. But Mana and Saga are actually like some of their bigger series that they don't
Yeah,
give that much love to. Uh, Saga in particular, I don't know if you knew this. Saga sells like hotcakes in Japan.
actually.
It's like I think it has like 10. Yeah, it has like 10 million series sales or something like that.
Oh, okay.
Like it's actually very popular as far as RPG are considered,
I guess this remake makes a lot
but
more
only in
sense
Japan.
then, and that they gave it such a big budget if it's so popular in Japan.
Yeah,
That does explain it.
it's still weird though because like I said, they've been making Bingus Saga games for so long
Yeah.
that it's kind of crazy.
Yeah, no. I mean,
And yeah, I'm excited.
Mana also looks really cool. Like, that wasn't shown at any showcase, but they did release a new trailer for that recently. The Visions of Mana. That game looks really awesome.
Yeah.
I'm really excited for that one as well. I don't think I'm gonna play it on launch because there's a lot of stuff that I want to play, but I'll probably pick it up this year or like early next year.
I'm gonna play it on launch just because they're launching it on my birthday. So I'm like, okay, I'll play it.
Fair enough. You won me over. Bruh.
I'm gonna get the GameStop pre-order case. Have you seen the GameStop pre-order case?
No. Is it like a steelbook?
Oh, check it out real quick.
Well, a steelbook.
Awesome.
Oh. That's a really interesting design. What the fuck? That's like not your generic steelbook. I'll have it up on screen and stuff. It's like all golden. Has the logo on it. Has
yes, this book looks very
real.
amazing.
I'm sending a picture. Maybe you guys are better at describing it for the Spotify people.
It looks like if I dropped this game off at like an African village, they would worship it as their god or something.
Looks like it was
This is
blessed by like millennia.
It looks like it was blessed. Yeah. So
Exactly.
I'm gonna get it day one, I think.
I mean, the regular box art also looks really nice. No, I'm excited for this. This looks cool. Looks like a very fun JRPG. But yes, the final game. I guess.
The very last thing we could talk about real quick. I don't think any of us personally are excited for it, but Metroid Prime 4 finally got a trailer after 7 years.
Yeah.
7 years. We know a guy who has been excited for this since the first reveal that it was coming out. And he would wait outside the studio where it was being made in their parking lot, like anticipating what the game looks like.
True.
Like he'd go there in real life.
He would send us pictures
And
of like,
finally,
guys, I'm at the parking lot. In there, Metroid Prime 4 is being made right now.
Yeah, finally,
Wow.
It
finally here.
trailer dropped and it's coming out next year. I will say it looks so good. It is if it looks exactly like it does on the Switch, that trailer, I'm just gonna say it's the best looking game ever because that looks like it's gonna blow up my Switch. Like my Switch is gonna light on fire as soon as I boot that.
Doesn't it graphically look very
flames.
similar to the remaster of 1 though?
I think it
look
looks
that
a
much
lot
better?
better, and it's
Yeah.
way more dynamic too. With like the rain, there's like explosions going on in the background, it's like a full battlefield.
True.
I thought it looked incredible for like Switch is a fucking
Yeah,
toaster at this
true.
and it was able to impress me with how good it looked.
Yeah.
That takes some effort.
It does
And I
look
mean,
really,
you know,
really good
I hope
for a
it looks
Switch
good.
game.
It's cooking in the oven for 7 years, so I guess they had time to refine it.
Yeah. I mean, it's
But,
cool. I only
yeah.
played the first one. I was hoping that they would like do a remaster of 2 and 3, but that wasn't shown.
That is so weird.
Sadly.
Like, dude, people who don't have like a Wii get the trilogy or whatever, they're gonna have to, but I guess emulate. There's no other option because the only one is on Switch.
Yeah.
I don't know why they didn't put 3 and 4.
I mean, they
2
can
and
still
3.
do it, but
Maybe they'll do it before, but it doesn't make sense
yeah,
to not announce that before.
I was really expecting it at least a remaster of 2 to be at this direct, but it wasn't.
Even if they don't want to do like a full remaster, like just fucking port
it.
them then.
Yeah,
Chris.
make it available. It's the same with like, I mean, Nintendo kind of does have that because Zelda Twilight Princess also is stuck on the Wii, isn't it? It's like so many people want it. They can just port it, make such easy money, and like I don't know. I really don't get why they haven't ported them yet. Like some people are talking like, oh, I don't want them to port it because they should port other games first, and it's a useless port, and this doesn't need a port. But like, it's not available right now. Like I can emulate it, but it would also be nice to just have it officially there. And there's not really a reason for them to not do it. So,
with Nintendo taking down every ROM site ever, gonna be tough to emulate it soon.
No, true. That's what they're preparing for. They're shutting down every single ROM website, and then they're gonna announce all of them. Every single game, individual ports, full price for all of them.
Yup, full price.
That sounds right. Yeah, seems like something
That's a
a big
Nintendo
company would
move.
do. Yeah.
That's the play. How exciting.
Exactly. Gaming is looking very bright.
Gaming indeed.
Gaming is looking good. I was kind of disappointed with how lackluster the second half of this year was going to be before the Direct and Xbox showcase, but they still got games coming. I
Yeah.
added so many games to my like A1 list. Kind of third, I'm getting 0 backlog progress done because it's coming out before I can finish. So
Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff.
Hold on.
Because I also thought the same of like, oh, the beginning of the year was really hype, but there are like a few other releases here and there, but the year is really filling up to have like stuff for everyone as well.
yeah,
Gaming is so
Good for-
back.
video games. Gaming. I'm on my day off from work right now, and I really back to it. So let's wrap this up.
I would also like to get back to Vengeance,
Yeah.
but it's also like 1 a.m. for me, so I don't know if I will. But
Oh nope, you're cooked.
yeah, I'm cooked.
Go to bed.
I have to go to bed, and then tomorrow I need to edit this episode, and then maybe I can do
Everybody
some gaming.
comment. Arkry is washed in the comments section if you made it this far in the gym.
That's
True.
not motivating.
True.
The fuck is this? Fuck is this disrespect, bro?
Yeah, what the fuck?
Oh man, I'm gonna be kicked off the JAMcast.
Exactly.
goodbye.
We need another member which name starts with an M. If you would like to apply,
Please DM us on X.
Exactly.
All right. Outro time.
yes, outro time. Thank you for watching.
This was a long
This was
Yap session.
JAMcast episode 7. This was a long episode.
Was this our longest one? It was. This
Maybe.
is 2 hours.
My
I thought it
recording
was
is
2
2 hours
hours.
and 5 minutes.
Same.
Yeah. This is probably the longest one.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's a lot of gaming.
We did have 4 presentations to go through.
And
Makes sense.
SMT, so
Yeah.
yeah.
It makes
Well, that was it. Let's end it
SMT.
here before it gets any longer.
that was
All right.
it.
Yep.
It's been a while
Link in the
since I've done
description.
outro. I don't
All our
remember how.
socials.
Yes,
Fuck
links in the
you, fuck you,
description.
Arkry,
Stuff
fuck
is
you.
on screen as well. There is
You can
stuff
find the link
everywhere.
up your ass.
Follow us.
Thanks for watching.
Arkry's washed.
I'm not washed. Okay, goodbye.
Later, guys.